Hello guys, so today we have what's called a combat cast. Now what a combat cast is for Cyrax and Sektor today, they're going to show us what kind of new stuff is going to come for them, new moves, like where all of them hit, and like any other new features that they have coming to the game. It's not much of a presentation, it's more like a demonstration, if that makes sense. So without further ado, let's get started.
They're not robots, although I agree in spirit that robots do rule.
Robots just rule in general.
Fair.
That's true.
Unless they take us over, then they do not rule.
Yeah, I
I'm
wish
fine
they
with
were
that.
just
Thank you
robots
for,
and
thank
not
you for
Iron
the,
Man
for the lore
suits,
there.
but all right.
We need that. Now, before we get started, a lot of you have already seen it, but if you haven't,
There's at least 3 people that have it.
if you haven't, let's take a look one more time at the Sektor trailer.
Welcome to the party, baby doll. What's your name?
Call me Sektor.
I didn't say this the first time, but that suit for Johnny Cage looks really cool.
I share his
I forgot
vision
to mention
for Liu
that.
Kuei. We won't be bound by Liu Kang's limits.
That Havoc suit looks awesome as well. I hope after you finish the story mode that you get it, because he's gonna be the main boss of the story mode.
Powerful future.
Expansion
They
story
and their
mode.
ilk cling to an anemic past.
You and Sub-Zero won't earn the Empress's mercy. Once set, her mind doesn't change.
We are not fighting for her mercy. We are fighting for our lives.
When I return, there will be anarchy.
Do not doubt Sektor's longing for Sub-Zero's safe return.
We seek chaos. You defend order.
This hover looks really interesting. How she goes back and forth. It's not like the full flight mode like
Leon, can you hear me?
Homelander has, but that'll be really interesting. I bet that's a big part of her movement options and stuff.
Finish him.
The first trailers have been really amazing. Just,
Yeah.
just the way you see the characters evolve into you still see things you remember, but it's evolved. Well, so Stephanie, of this trailer, what is your favorite?
Definitely Sektor's rocket launcher and the rocket launcher moves. I love that, originally in MK3,
Yeah, that giant gun
Robot
rocket
Sektor would
launcher is
shoot
cool
everything
looking.
out of his chest compactor, and now she is
little more
wearing a
grounded.
suit, and she has just a giant rocket launcher that she can shoot. And I love the VFX, the smoke
Like
trail,
War Machine
the
or
sound
something.
effects. It's very, very satisfying to shoot that thing.
Yep.
I was a fan of the fatality going up into space, and you see all the bloop, 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 bloop on the helmets. I think it's pretty cool. And then you come back down, they're frozen. I like it. It's a fun way to die.
It's pretty overkill.
It's a fun way to die.
I love a lot of just the aerial stuff, the bombing up into the air, and then they're sending missiles down. It's just like a full-on barrage at all times, and I think that's really cool to see. And again, the effects nailed it. Really feel good about those. They look awesome, and it feels like you're just constantly
I'll
under
agree
pressure
with
by
that.
this.
This
definitely
game
looks
is
like you're
really
machine.
good. I know it's
So,
on the newest
so
consoles
that would
and
be
stuff, but
Sektor.
yeah, it
Now,
looks
we will begin
really
with Sektor
good.
to show
All
you
the
how she
character
plays
designs
in a
and
little
all
bit.
that.
But before then, I do want to get onto a few things. Over the next couple streams, we're going to be talking about some things coming up in the Chaos Reigns, which comes September 24th. Very exciting. there have been a lot of people asking about Havoc.
What?
Really?
And
Havoc?
And Chaos Reigns?
Yeah, right.
What
And
are the
is
chances?
Havoc going to get any changes, any buffs, anything like that? Well, as a Havoc main, I have good news for you. Havoc has some stuff coming, and to show you, we have a brief video we'd like to show, and then we'll come back and explain what you saw.
Inject some chaos into him.
Yep.
Oh, that's new. Oh, that's new too.
Now, this might be something you want to go back and watch again to see what had happened, but there are a couple things in that video which, if you know Havoc, or if you've played against Havoc, you know are very different. For instance, in the match, Liu Kang uses his Towards 434, which has a big gap. Now, Havoc's arm flail is now faster, and the armor starts up quicker, so it actually can get through that. So that's a big change for Havoc. Really going to help out some Havoc players. It gives you, it just gives you enough time. It's fast enough to punish, which is nice. He also has a new move in the.
I got his
it's
like
kind of a stretchy
tight
kick.
mode, like the,
If you
his
use
tight
meter on
suit,
that,
it looks
actually
really
like-
cool.
right. If you use meter on that, it actually pops up, which is it's a ground bounce. So you're able to get a little more
Bounce.
more bounce in your stuff.
More
and-
bounce for your buck.
There
right,
you go.
and get some more combos out. He also has a new move, which is a low launcher.
Yeah, this one, I really love the animation
Good.
that he's breaking his own knees to get down that low and scoop you up.
Right, so some more
It's the easier way to do it.
Yeah.
more combo potential again. And then finally, his Jump 2-4 has a different reaction, so you can do just more combos. It used to, I believe, you used to push you back further. Now you're able to do more combos right there in the middle. So that's another thing Havoc got. So I'm sure you're going to
some
go
really
back
good
and
buffs
watch
for
that.
Havoc,
But as
huh?
Havoc fans, I'm sure you're going to enjoy those changes. Really going to change up how Havoc plays. Now there is a lot of other stuff coming for other characters, and we'll try to get to some of that in future streams. But today we're also going to talk about some cameo.
Ooh.
We have a lot of cameo changes
We
coming.
do. Some exciting ones.
And some have been
That
seen in
wasn't
some of the
planned, by the
trailers and
way.
some of the teases. But first we're going to start out with Sub-Zero. So let's take a look at that.
Yes. He's got to have more than one thing, right? Yeah, so he's got a parry now. The ice club throw? Alright. That's pretty cool.
So, cameo
That was
Sub-Zero.
like
has a
Injustice
parry
2.
move.
That was
That's,
chilly.
That's nice.
Okay,
Chili.
very good. Very good.
Thank you.
That was
Love parries in any
awful.
game. So you'll notice in the video when they could have poked, they used the parry,
Right.
which freezes them, and you can also combo after that. Now, a lot of savvy players might start knowing you're going to parry and wait.
And then what can I do?
Well, then you can just throw the clone at them.
You can throw an ice clone?
You can throw the ice clone at
Nice.
advantage too. So there's just another some new
That's-
stuff to bring
that's
into the
great.
Sub-Zero.
Who doesn't love throwing the ice clone?
Right, and Havoc. A lot of people use Havoc and Sub-Zero, so this is two things that work well together as well. We also got one more to show
He's
today.
gonna
One
be
of my
busted.
favorite characters in Mortal Kombat history.
Oh,
Jax has a new move that I
Yeah.
think is pretty awesome.
It's a new move, but it's also an old
Yeah.
move.
Right,
showed
a
this
new
in
move
the
for this
trailer.
game, but he's used
But
it
a
for
classic,
years.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that
Sektor
video.
trailer. He just grabs it. That's nice. Just grabs the cameo and starts.
Classic gotcha grab.
Yep.
One of the best moves ever. So what you can do with this is if you are playing somebody and they keep using a similar sequence with their cameo, you can call Gotcha Grab out.
He's going to get you.
He'll get you.
He's going to get you.
He will punch the other cameo. He has 2 hits of armor.
I wonder if the.
So you can stop their cameo in their
hits-
tracks
oh,
like
okay.
that.
He doesn't mess around.
He doesn't.
He
He
doesn't mess
really
around.
doesn't.
I
So this is
wonder if
another
the
thing that's
catching
added to
them
Jax's
makes their
arsenal
thing
to help. And
freeze, or if
I really
it
enjoy it
still
because I
goes up.
like things that affect
their
other
timers.
cameos.
Right.
Like seeing cameos interact.
And it's like he has now almost the full spectrum of his classic moves.
You
Yeah.
play him and Peacemaker
So that'll be fun
together.
to use, and I'm sure a lot of
Like
people
they're
will
gonna
like
have
it.
nothing to do
You play
with
your
the
friends
cameos,
all the time,
you know,
the same
because
thing. They
equal
have the
can
same
stop
thing that they do,
cameos too.
and now you have this
Peacemaker
little wrench you can throw in.
I'm going to get you.
And keep in mind, when you're hitting their cameo, their player's taking damage.
That's right.
So, big things there.
Oh, yeah,
but I
that's
think
right.
I know
Yeah,
why a lot of
that
people are
does
here
hurt
right
them.
now.
Me.
Derek. So there are things on the horizon, yeah?
Oh, I wasn't being serious, but yeah, there's always some things on the horizon, bud.
So we have some stuff coming for Invasions that we're going to hold, right?
Yeah, so of course we're going to have a new season. We've got a lot of just fun, quality of life things that we've done to this new season, season 8. But we're going to wait until the next stream because we've got 2 characters to go through today,
We
right?
do.
And I think people really want to see what's up with these condiment characters.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So they're
And we
gonna
do,
do
and there's some
both of
fun
them.
stuff,
That's
like,
good.
get hyped, there's some really cool stuff we'll be talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely, but we don't want to, take away
Fair.
from this.
Fair.
All right.
So Stephanie,
Yes.
let's talk about Cyrax first, yeah?
I'm very excited for this. I love the Cyber Ninjas. I've loved them since
Nice.
day one in MK3.
Okay.
These are 2 of my favorite MK characters.
So many hand cramps from that combo with
Oh,
Cyrax.
the Cyrax one? Well, the secret is you just hold back and hit high punch and high kick together and it'll come out.
That is cheating.
Some weird old guy at the arcade
What?
showed me
No,
that.
I just always so painful.
So tell
Okay,
me,
so-
when it comes to Cyrax, what type of player will gravitate towards the character?
Well, here's how I've always looked at it for like 30 years, for both of them. You have Cyrax is kind of the tricky trap, sneaky character with the bombs. Even back in 95, you had like the different kind of bombs, the anti-air grab and stuff like that. She kind of forces movement, tries to make the person struggle to get in, and then you hit him with the net, and kind of the setup character, kind of a thinking player's character.
Right.
And in the opposite end of the spectrum, you have Sektor, who's like, yeah, that's cool, I shoot a homing rocket.
Yeah, rockets, punch.
Yeah, more
Rockets,
straightforward and all
punch.
that.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's something that we carried on to this. And that's not to
So
say
you're gonna be-
Sektor doesn't have her own share
Sektor will
of
be
tricky
very
stuff,
straightforward.
But I think Cyrax is going to be a character for really, really creative players, and Sektor is going to be a more straightforward character. And I think it's awesome. They have like the stuff you'd expect from MK9, and then a bunch of new stuff. They both have new mobility options with new technology they didn't have before, and it's very, very cool. I'd say, like a lot of MK1 characters, it's kind of the design team is like, well, what are the key moves that make these characters these characters? Put in some spice
And salt and pepper.
and some salt and pepper and some
ketchup and mustard.
and then blend it all together, and we have a new take on these classic characters.
All right.
That's their
Do you want to
nicknames,
take
by
a
the
look
way,
at
for those
Cyrax?
who don't
Let's
know.
check it
Cyrax
out.
and Sektor, ketchup and mustard.
All right, so one of the new things she has is on her feet, she has these like jet booster things.
That's the new.
You can see
well,
in
it's
a
not
lot
a
of her
new
normal
stage,
attacks.
but it's a
They,
similar stage.
allow her
New
to do a
variant.
wall jump, which
She
is
doesn't
really
have
neat.
very much health.
And she uses
Only
them in a lot of her
950.
normals. But she also has the gadgets you kind of expect. The buzzsaws from like MK9. And speaking of MK9, I think one of the coolest normals she has is a command grab. She switches places
Yes,
or
thank you.
goes into an attack. And you could like set a bomb and then it can blow up into them. This was one of her strongest moves in MK9. And this is a true command grab.
Let's go.
You know, like if they're crouch blocking, it will actually hit them and all that. So that could be
Oh,
super
that's cool.
deadly.
The spin into the kick is a wonderful. I absolutely love it.
She also has this cool move from Deadly Alliance. And this has a mechanic where you can hold it down,
Oh, yeah, the-
charge it up,
Oh,
and you can cancel
okay.
it. So you can do fun stuff like your grabs,
Oh,
let it go, fake it out, do the quick version. And she has these cool step kicks. And this ends in kind of a ragdoll style move.
And when you were saying like tricky, that's the sort of thing that spin out into a
Exactly.
throw, like all these sort of.
You got options from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Her standing high kick is another spinning move, which she can hold it down or cancel it. Or she can do it. No, that's part of the robot suit is making it so you don't get dizzy.
Science.
And then this normal attack, which is definitely my favorite, because I think the bomb part is very, very funny.
oh, that's just a normal. That's not even a special move.
Cool.
And that
So-
bomb part, that was normal.
It is, yeah. So let's go into her special moves. First off, you have to have it. It's been one of the most classic Cyrax moves is your bomb toss. Close, medium, far. A subtle detail I like is the animation actually changes depending on how she's throwing it. Like you can see, the toss is just an overhead toss. Now, something new, the EX version will actually track the opponent and then have a helicopter pop
crazy.
up for even better combos. So if the opponent's trying to run away, it'll actually follow them.
That's awesome. I'm gonna get ya.
Yeah, that's gonna be busted.
Then she has a new take on the teleport. This time, it's kind of reminiscent of the human Cyrax teleport from MK9, but she leaves a bomb. So she'll teleport behind, leave a bomb. You can see it on the floor there. Or she can choose to do one that has faster recovery that doesn't leave a bomb. Or you can do an EX version that instead of teleporting, she kind of goes back or forth in like kind of a dash kind of thing. And if you do it from full screen, she won't go in front of them. But if you're a little bit closer, she will be behind them.
More
so you can
tricks.
kind of mix it up. Exactly.
Interesting.
And a fun little thing about all
But
of
it
her
doesn't have
bomb
a
attacks,
hitbox,
if you
though.
hold the
Like, she's
4
not
button
gonna hit
down,
them.
the
That's
bomb will be a
interesting.
fake out dud.
Oh, gotcha.
So you can do that with all
what?
of her bomb attacks.
Are you
is a fun little
serious?
thing.
I'm
Little
Done.
mind tricks. Little mind tricks.
Put out a fake bomb and
That's
then actually call a
crazy.
cameo, and the opponent's like trying to attack out of it. Now, another one of the moves is this spinny spin kick, which the EX version has armor and a dive kick ender.
Kind of the get
And
off.
there's an air
Oh,
version
yeah,
that
that's
captures
kind of a
them
get
in
off
the air,
tool.
and if you EX, she throws the net.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
And speaking of the net, one
That's
more
gonna be a-
special move to show.
it kind of does it like
The classic net
Stuff
is
on
now
the
this
ground,
like
so I don't
foam
know.
goo to trap them in
I
place.
don't know how helpful that'll be.
And you get your free combo. But the EX version is similar to the classic net, but with rocket boosters that will push them super far. So you'll see, full screen it pushes them far, but you're not going to combo. But if you're close to the wall, you still
Pins
do
them.
get the counter
Wow,
state.
there's stuff at the wall.
So it kind of depends on like your space control, where you're at, whether or not you're going to get a combo.
So that's, just like we've talked about, the upgrading of what was from the past to the future.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think it's really, really cool to take a lot of the moves, what was famous about her in the past games, and what can we do that's new?
Yeah, she's gonna be.
But not
busted
forgetting the net.
beyond belief.
As well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also nothing but net.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, a lot of great nods to the classic. Very cool.
So, you want to finish this out with her X-ray?
Let's see it.
Oh yeah, they didn't show us. Okay, so it's pretty much a normal one. So it's not going to be something like a on the ground or overhead, just pretty normal. So that's probably why they didn't show it in the trailer. So.
All right, that was Cyrax. Super cool.
So that's about it for
Fun
Cyrax,
bomb
I guess.
setups, fun
Yep.
tricks to play.
Lots of trickery.
And some really good mobility.
I also really liked during the Fatal Blow into where like the bomb rolls down and she's all flashy about it. I think that's super cool.
Hype.
Hype!
What
What do we got next?
I think we're gonna now move right into talking about how Sektor plays.
Ooh.
All right, so let's go into
Nice.
Sektor.
Okay.
So Sektor also has a bunch of high-tech stuff, a bunch of gadgets. Let's go into normals first. I think one of her cooler
So she's
normals
gonna use a
is
lot
her
more
standing
like,
two, is like this double
Iron
fist
Man
rocket
repulsor.
punch. But you can charge it up,
Hits, I guess.
and then it gets knocked
Ooh.
down, and you get a lot more damage. But the cool thing is she can actually keep the charge by canceling it. And now you'll see her fists still have the glow,
okay.
and she can go straight to the powered-up version.
That's
There's also a special move I'll show later that can allow you to charge it.
Spoilers.
One of her
Okay.
best normals is forward 2, 1, 2, which is like this advancing mid that pops up.
Oh.
Everybody loves combos. Oh,
It's like a combo starter.
Jeez.
She also has this big swingy overhead with her rocket launcher.
So that isn't
And
over.
to complement it, a low with her rocket boots. She has a really cool forward 3-4, goes into the air.
spends a lot of time in the air.
Yeah, and you can see like her rocket boosters are used in all her moves and
Yeah.
all that. I love the effects.
Some of my favorite, like that, the finish of that move, I love crumples like that.
Yes.
One of my favorite reactions in the game.
And I love this new take on the MK3 throw.
Ooh.
One of the coolest throws in the game. Let's go over her special moves. First, we can start like Cyrax. She has a new mobility tool, which is these rocket boosters, which allow her to do an air dash.
Interesting.
Cool.
Right.
She can do normal attacks from it. She can do some of the moves. She can double it. A really cool way to get around. So you'll see she can
It
get
could
around
be
in the
for
air.
dodging, too.
The opponent's going to have a hard time because of her zoning tools. She can shoot her rocket. If you EX it,
Oh,
she
that's
catches
gonna
them on
be-
fire and does a little damage over time.
Effects look amazing.
She has
That's
a jumping
crazy.
rocket, If you EX this one,
Oh,
she can actually
she's
decide
down.
when the rocket will go off. Like, you can do it early,
No.
or you can hold it
That's crazy.
halfway through, let it go when it hits the ground, etc. And then she has this awesome one, probably my favorite move, the Sidewinder. And if you EX it, you get the absolute classic MK3 targeting rocket. I love when fans used to call it dumb rocket and smart rocket.
I love the targeting application too on the character. That's really cool.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then one more rocket move, her anti-air rockets, which are also combo
I
starter.
wonder who's going to be better at zoning, if it's going to be her or Homelander. Because Homelander has his laser
Then let's
eye,
go and do a flamethrower.
but that's really all he
We
can do.
Sektor
Is
without
like
a flamethrower.
straight and
Regular
up.
version
So
is double hit, really
she
good
seems
range.
like she's got
EX
a lot
version,
more
she can hold it
tools,
down,
I guess.
cancel the second hit, and this has armor.
Oh.
She also has blast shield, where she clamps her feet on the ground, puts out this.
Oh.
This absorbs projectiles and has some really
No.
fun follow-ups. So, the regular version, when she absorbs a projectile, she can quickly input one of her rocket moves.
So
Interesting.
it's almost like she's sending
Okay.
something right back.
Exactly. Now, the EX version, she can actually do any of her special moves. I did not mean to do her X-ray. You can do her
Oh.
teleport, which I'm going
Oh,
to cover in a
that's
second.
crazy.
And one other cool thing about this move is absorbing a projectile
That teleport
successfully
is gonna
gives
be
you a
busted.
charge of her standing
It's over, like,
That is a lot.
And
what's his
then
name?
she also has the
Peacemaker can
teleport, which
do,
I just said we
but it's
talked
like
about.
way faster.
She goes up, then she comes
That
down
is
as a combo starter.
crazy
It's
fast.
kind of a new take on the classic uppercut, and if you EX it, it's even more similar. It actually starts off with the punch.
Right. She is all over the screen.
Yeah, so you can see she's a
Jeez.
character who is going to, absolutely dominate the air. She can be in the air, but she's going to stop you from being in the air, so you're going to have to play the ground game. And then she has awesome range,
Great move, yeah.
awesome anti-zoning.
And just some interesting tricks too with the shield. Like, that's
Exactly,
really neat
yeah.
because your opponent's gonna have to decide if they see you use meter on that. What are you doing? Like, what's your next
yeah.
move?
Yeah, and
Not
obviously
gonna lie,
you try
guys,
to
I'm
zone
maybe
her to
going
stop
for
her
Sektor
zoning,
first. I don't
and
know,
she
'cause
can
they-
start absorbing your
They come out
projectiles
the
and
same day as Noob. I'll
ready to
probably
go.
go for Noob
So
first. But
now we'll
Noob's
go
time
into her
out.
X-ray.
Sure.
We
But,
teased it before.
Still,
now we can actually
I'm
do
thinking she's looking the best so far. Why? It's a space laser? No way. It's like similar to Lex Luthor's move in Injustice 1. It's part of it.
All right. So Cyrax and Sektor, there they are.
There they are. It's very exciting. Sektor would definitely be probably my
Probably all they're going to
top
talk
5
about,
or so
but-
favorite MK characters. So I'm
Okay.
pretty stoked for this.
Didn't
and
know that.
I can't wait for people to see Chaos Reigns, their role in this story. It's very, very different. It is the new era, but there are some aspects that sometimes time
So they're going
pieces
to talk
change.
for a
Like,
minute or two.
Sektor is very much
But
all
then they're
in
gonna
on the
show
MK,
a
or
full
the Lin
gameplay
Kuei and the
thing.
cybernetic process. And
Like a
maybe
full
Cyrax
match.
has some
Maybe between the two, that would be
No
reservations.
smart.
spoilers.
You'll have to see, and then and of course, Noob Saibot is going to be awesome.
So we will be having another stream soon. No date yet. We'll be talking about Noob Saibot and some other stuff.
Yep,
and definitely some other character things that are coming.
And in general, like just Chaos Reign updates,
For
right?
sure,
Yeah,
for sure. So we'll let you know when that's going to be. But until
Probably gonna
then, I
be
think that's it for us today.
If you haven't pre-ordered yet,
Maybe
be
a
sure you
week or
pre-order
two.
so you can get the exclusive skins. and stuff.
Absolutely.
Really cool skins.
Absolutely. We do, though, after we sign off, as usual, there will be a Sektor fight against Tanya that QA put together.
Oh.
So, with that, thank you both again for
It
always
should have
being
been a
here.
fight
It's always
each
a great
other.
Always
time.
fun.
Okay.
Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Kombat Cast.
Okay.
Sub-Zero. The maze.
You've created more mechanized
Amazing. Okay.
monstrosities? Many. And I can't wait to unleash them.
Ooh, okay. This is like underneath the pyramid stage, the maze.
Round one. Fight.
Okay, let's go. Oh, nice. Nice use of the ice wall. Oh, that was cool. Parried. They both have a parry, so that's what they did. They parried each other. Ah, okay. The frost might be a good cameo for her. Oh, that was cool. They do this weird thing where it's like, probably just to pad out time, you know? But they make the character that they're fighting, that they're not releasing, win the first match, and then the next two, the new character wins. So, I don't know. I would make it, if anything, I'd make it a flawless victory just to sell the character, you know? But that's just me. From a marketing standpoint anyways, you know? I think that hover thing is going to be used mostly for like dodging more than it is going to be for combos and stuff, you know? Because she's gone over a lot of her projectiles like she did just then. Was that two of them or just one? Those rockets. There's that parry again. I think she may be a nightmare for Homelander fighters who just zone out with his lasers. If she could just parry all of his lasers, but we'll see. Or jump over them. But I don't know. I'm a Homelander player, so I guess I'll figure it out. Here's a brutality. Oh.
Nothing can stop me.
Okay. So that was like Omni-Man's thing where he like does this big charge thing, goes right through him. So, and that's all for the Kombat cast. So let me know, does this make you more excited for Sektor? It does for me, and Cyrax of course. But interesting they didn't show a Cyrax gameplay fight, but you know, that's their choice, I guess. So tune in like 2 weeks or so maybe. I'll watch the new Cybot Kombat cast. So they're going to do basically the same thing they did for this, but for him. And I'll also be reacting to his trailer. That'll be within the next 2 weeks as well. So see you then.